What's up, YouTube? This is Tom back with another video. I'm reviewing the PROLINE MT 4x4. One of my boys wanted it, he requested it, and I'm giving it. Hopefully this video can help you out as far as deciding on your purchase. This is what I have set up. I put a 4S motor. It's a 2500 kV, okay, with about 100 amp ESC. I got an old 20 kilogram servo. It's not the most fanciest thing in it. Everything about this truck after I ran it and bashed it is wonderful. I mean, there's scale parts. When you do get it, just make sure you check the differentials, because the 3 differentials will not have full fluid in there, and check the oil in your shocks. You know, I'm running about like a 40-60 setup. 40 in the front, 60 in the back. I did widen the stance. I put these hex extenders on there, and it's just a wonderful truck. I think pound for pound it's the best 10 scale out there. Now they're calling this a 10 scale, so I just put this here because you guys know I've been running this, and I'm probably gonna run these real quick for you to just show you on the street as usual, Tom TRAXXAS style. So most people know it's already pre-built for you. All you need is the electronics in it, okay? I mean, I like it a lot. I mean, the pivot balls, the bimetal chassis, the precision steering, you know, smooth ball bearings, aluminum pivot blocks, and aluminum motor mount systems. Mod 1 gearing. I'm running, I think, a 15 tooth in it. The shocks are dialed in. I mean, they're 16 millimeter big bore shocks. You do have sway bars. The handling is great, especially when you widen it. The nuts on the side are 17 millimeter hexes. I did put the hex extenders, that's why you see the red ones. When it comes with, it has preloaded like mesh adjusters, so you could put it under the motor. And if you wanted like to do it like 10 scale electronics, you do have the adapter there too, with your smaller pinion. I mean your shaft, you know, instead of 5 millimeter shaft, you have a small one. You got to upgrade a 5 millimeter. Extra servo horns, some extra shock pistons. They give you the only issue I could say with and I love their wheel wrench. Oh, and it has the little labeling. You see the labeling, so you know which preload. But I just took the preloaded out and I just set the mesh myself, which is fine, and it works fine, and I bashed it and I jumped it. I had no problem with that. There's the old hexes I took off, and I put the new hex extenders. Comes with some stickers, some pictures, a whole exploded view on the bottom of the truck and the part numbers. And I put this radio, which is nothing fancy, but it has good range, so it works for what it is. The diffs are real easy access for tuning. So if you took the back off, you can access the diffs real easy. So this is a workaholic truck. I mean, you basically bash the shit out of it and you can work on it really easy. You're gonna love this truck. I would say close it, you know, pull the trigger, no hesitation. This is just some different looks here. If you want a Chevy Silverado body or Ford F-150 Raptor body, you could put some, you know, primes, you know, you got your sand paws, your trenchers. It does come with the Badlands in the body already. I kind of dialed it in as looking like the original one. I just added the pink notes. So extra thick, you know, control suspension arms, aluminum, like check out the chassis. So there it is. See, so I took out the inserts. Now, I was going to say, the only problem I had with this was the Delrin inserts, kind of like what Rich said, when you're jumping it, sometimes you got that problem. But there's a fix for that. I showed it on an old video. You could use some Teflon tape. And it works good. I haven't had a problem with this. It's an adjustable body. You can raise it higher or lower with these mounts, body mounts and stuff. But like I said, with the jumping and everything, I mean, it jumps like a crane, especially with this wider stance and everything like that. You could control in the air real good. Because if you get a ready to run rig, say 10 scale, like a Armor Granite 3S, you know, or like a Helion Avenge MT, or that new Rival MT that's 10 scale from Team Associated, you jump in the air, like it flips a lot, you know what I mean? Because there's something lighter about it. But the heavier scale parts, the A scale parts, it's stronger, it's thicker. When you jump, it doesn't spin out as fast, like back flipping, and it just like you have a nice little jump, and you can control it really and correct it in the air very well. So it's a great basher. For 4S, for the size, it just absolutely rips. I mean, you basically, like, man, it's fast. It's fast. It's more than plenty enough. You can put 6S in it, and it'll probably make it absolutely ballistic. But at that point, you're almost like on your back all the time with this truck. A 6S is just probably too much power, in my opinion. But you could do it. I mean, you could do it and just have ballistic fun. So the burning question is, which one do you like more? You know, I always get that question, and it's like, you know, if you know me well enough and you have to ask that question, you know that I like them all. You know, honestly, I think owning this rig and having a rig this powerful and strong with A-scale parts is necessary. Now, obviously, I'm using it in the throttle, but with the new layout and the widened chassis, this thing is absolute beast. It doesn't roll as much, traction roll like I told you, and it has plenty of power and plenty of give on what it is. You know, you could easily go on 2 wheels. I didn't buy a wheelie bar. One thing I do want to tell you though, on the let me drive it over here real quick. So right here on the nuts, when you turn them, make sure you tighten them like a lot, like real tight, because if you don't, the car is so fast when you flip, they'll fly off like these little nuts on the top of it. So, okay, so just kind of have those handy when you, ooh, yeah, a lot of power on tap you have on this truck. I love it, man. I think it's like one of the baddest rigs out there. You could easily tackle this terrain on the asphalt, and with the widened stance, it's perfect. I went to the hobby shop the other day, and there was a guy, you know, he brought in his PROLINE. He had just out of the box, he just put electronics on it, and you could tell he's bashed it like pretty bad, but he's like, man, it keeps rolling over, it's too powerful. And I was standing there, and the hobby people there, he was asking if he could widen it. He brought in these extenders. I don't think they're the same one as mine, but the story is that the guys at the hobby shop had no clue what to do. They're like, sorry, you can't. And I was like, you know what? I just walked over there and I told him, I said, it's very easy. And I just I put them on for him. And, you know, we had to rig it up a little bit and customize it, but he was very appreciative, and he's a happy camper. So sometimes when you're there and you can help out someone, you know, with the knowledge that you have, it's wonderful. So I'm about going halfway, because like with this 4S, it's just like probably too much at this point for this spot. Actually, there's never too much. You guys know that when you run RC cars, it's powerless. It's power unlimited. Everyone loves a lot of power. I mean, you could, whoa, see that? It's just crazy. It seems to control pretty well. I think my trim's a little off. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit off, but it's okay. I can still control it. But yeah, let's run it back and forth a little bit. You know, Tom does it back and forth. Damn, I love this thing on 4S though, man. Having that power supply. And see, you could turn on the dime with the widened stance. Sometimes you turn, whew, sometimes you have to jump over that. Sometimes you turn and too fast and you traction roll it. But with this widened stance, now I can make these pass-bys real fun. And who said having, you know, a street just to run pass-bys is boring? You know, you could do that all day long and it's just fun, you know, with the power. But obviously, you know, this truck is a basher. You want to take it out because the parts are tough. I've seen it go through hell. I really didn't bash mine on concrete jumping it. I took it to the grass, you know, that's why the body's still as nice as it is, because I just love my cars clean. But the PROLINE 4x4, man, highly recommended. Probably like my favorite 10 scale of all time, man. Even though I say I don't have favorites. I say that about like every single fucking truck. Oh, there you go. Now it's, actually, I don't think the trim's off a little bit, but so you know, this truck easily doing 50 with the setup I have. If I full throttle it and, you know, I put some weight in, actually it's pretty good. It doesn't go up as long as you ease it in the throttle. You could go fast with it without willing, because it's kind of heavy anyways, like I said. But man, it's like a square, dude. Yeah, see with the shock all I have, you see it hit that bump, it absorbed it pretty good. So I think the bumps are doing good, you see, for what it is. Damn, man, this thing's fast. It's fun. Love being out here on a beautiful sunny day. I hope this helps you out on your decision. Everyone who asks me, like, should I buy this or this over that? I'm like, buy them all. But obviously they can't do that, so I apologize for saying stuff like that. But If you're gonna decide, you know, which one's better, I mean, it depends on how you're gonna run it, really. If you're gonna run it like me out here, you're not gonna bash it like totally crazy. This thing's like way more than enough. But I know you're probably gonna beat the crap out of it, like the guy I saw at the hobby shop, and you know, and that's why you're investing in a little more for a tough 10 scale rig with A scale parts, and you know, you just put your own electronics, your own radio, and you're good to go, man. Like I absolutely love the way this thing runs. It's dialed in. It's a good basher. Now with the widened stance, even it runs even faster. Did it give us some more height? I don't really know. Let's see. I don't think it did. I think it's the same, maybe a little bit. When I put the max widened kit on there, I think it raised the height a little bit. So it was funny because when I came out and I did this like a similar video at another location, and I was like comparing like the Outcast with my Max when I didn't widen it yet with the PROLINE, and people got mad because there's some PROLINE fans out there who absolutely love this truck. So let me tell you about it. You know, I got some hate. It was just like, you know, why aren't you showing the PROLINE enough? And I just didn't have time. You know, I had all 3 trucks, and I was running the Max and just getting used to the way it feels, you know, and trying not to backflip it. And he was like, you didn't show the PROLINE enough. So hopefully this video will do it a little more justice. It won't unless you actually drive it. Like if you were here and I let you drive it now, then you would be like, holy shit, and you would probably buy it in a heartbeat because you'd actually feel it, like feel it. But you're not here, so obviously you can't feel it, but hopefully this video gives you a little more of the awesomeness of this truck. And at that time, I always drove my PROLINE already, so I was just testing out the Max, and the people always get mad. They're like, you know, I'm not showing enough of the truck that they like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Look at that turning, though. See that handling with the white kit? It seems to be working pretty sick. All right, there's LVC right there. Let's finish off the video with a little bit of Max running, you know what I'm saying? Just because I like a minute or two just to finish it off. Ooh, that one didn't traction roll either. I didn't have to slow down there that much. This thing's quick, man. I'd say maybe like 50 to 55 speed-wise. Yeah, just easing in the throttle without getting it to wheelie. But as you can see, see that? Woo, it wheelies easy. Damn, that's sick. Oh shit, did it LVC already? Anyways, if it did, then we'll conclude this video. Yeah, it did. Okay, anyways, that's just a quick look at the speed pass-bys without trying to wheelie both of them really easily. But with the 4S on both these trucks, I mean, you're gonna wheelie easy, man. Like right now it's LVC. I can even wheelie already. You see that? Even on LVC, man. It's freaking sick. Damn, it's like, you know, you could get this thing on probably 2 2S packs with the new battery straps that I put in, and you're good to go. So I mean, you have a choice. You could always get this instead of the PROLINE 4x4, and I think it's I think these two are obviously 10 scale monsters. They're a little higher level than like the Granite 3S as far as parts and everything and bashability. The Granite 3S is tough as nails, don't get me wrong. That's probably like the best, you know, ready to run for the value. Same with the Helion Avenge MT Pro, just MT 4x4, and you're good. But man, this is just like for anyone who wants quality and absolute fun with great upgradable parts. And that's the good thing about both these rigs. I mean, you got great upgradable parts, and you don't, you know, have an endless supply of not like, let me bash it, let me break it, and let me not have to worry, because I'm always going to be able to find parts for it. And that's the good thing about these trucks, both of them. Sometimes Armor is kind of hard to get parts, but if you get aftermarket parts and you have hookups and you have connections, you're gonna get them, you know, and you know the right people. It took me a while sometimes to get some of their parts, but it's still pretty easy. I mean, they're getting bigger and better, so I'd highly recommend any of those trucks as well. But yeah, the PROLINE MT 4x4, my review is probably like a 4.8 out of 5 if you're gonna do it out of 5. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And if you dial it in right with the right oils, the right setup, widen it a little bit, your handling is going to be great. You put that thing on loose gravel, man, you're never going to flip. You could tackle that terrain, and for a 10 scale, you know, with not a lot of space, it's badass. So highly recommended by Tom Trax. I hope you guys have a great day. It's Sunday, it's the weekend. I love you all. I appreciate all the guys that have been reaching out, giving me an update on their builds and their project, and actually asking me stuff that, you know, it's wonderful. It's like, man, people contact me and they're like, hey Tom, do this video, you know, I love your video. And I'm like, are you serious? And that's the only reason why I'm here. I was gonna quit and just stop making videos because I didn't have that much time. But I love RC and I love making videos just as much as I love driving them, because I love you guys. All right, so you guys have a great day, and I will catch you on the next episode.